Hello, one and all, and welcome back to more Let's Play Danganronpa 2. I am the Max Few Trades, and even by the incredibly high standard of depressing nonsense that we've been subjected to up to this point, we're in a very dire set of circumstances. I feel like I don't even need to bother with the text crawl over there. I can give you the lowdown if you're not quite caught up. Nekomaru was murdered. There's a Funhouse mystery involved. Nagito went and did a bunch of puzzles and did Russian roulette, got himself a bunch of information and other such things that he's probably gonna be keeping to himself all this time. It's gonna be really, really annoying. The chief suspects to this entire murder case are the characters I like the most. I'm emotionally and physically not prepared for any of this. I feel woefully unprepared, all things considered. But I suppose the world doesn't really care about my personal feelings, and I just kind of have to do what I gotta do and hope for the best. So, here we go! That's really all there is to it. Oh God, I completely forgot about how ugly this room was.
Explanation of the class trial.
Might as well let him talk.
During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it.
I don't like any of the possible options.
If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person...
Man, I only just this moment realized all of the memorial photos are actually like height-based. They're exactly where their face would be. That is really depressing.
I will punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island.
Woo, I don't feel like that's the reason why anybody would have done that this time, but fine.
I'm sure you guys are starving by now, but let's get revved up and raring to go.
Okay, fine, just jump in head first and hope for the best. Yeah, I mean, hoping for the best. Hope! Ha ha ha! Didn't even mean that. Whatever.
Whoever survives will be treated to a fancy lunch. Guess what? Rabbit curry is on the menu.
I choose to abstain.
Huh? I'm not the main ingredient, right?
You're a stuffed animal robot. No part of you is food.
I'm here today because Coach Nekomaru risked his life to protect me.
Kane, I don't need things to already be sad.
I'm gonna be the one who avenges him. I'll definitely find out who the killer is.
I know, Kane, I know.
I'm definitely not tempted by curry. Got it?
Okay, well, you clearly are, but I also believe the previous statements very much apply too. It's basically just a win-win for you. It's acceptable.
Akane, you seem to have an impressive amount of drool flowing from your mouth.
Don't point it. Don't make point it out. Don't call attention to it. It's a problem.
Hey, why don't we try going over the incident?
Good enough for me.
We weren't able to leave Strawberry House, so I want to make sure we get a detailed understanding.
Fair enough.
I discovered Nekomaru's body a little before 7 a.m.
Yeah.
I headed over to Grape Tower from Monokuma Taichi and found the body there.
You also made an attempt to eat my face. I feel like that's not necessary information, but I feel like I should let everybody know that that's a thing that happened.
Hajime and Chiaki were also with me.
We are witnesses.
Hajime was with Miss Sonia and Chiaki that early in the morning?
Are you seriously going to try and imply that there was something about that that's fishy to you? Seriously, we ran into each other in the same room. We were all going to the same place. That's incredibly normal.
Don't tell me you three were together since last night!
Nope, not the case. And I really find it weird that you'd come to that conclusion.
Imbecile! I am not some woman with flexible legs.
What? That's one way of denying the accusation, I guess. Okay. Whatever works for you there, Sonia.
Of course you're not. You're much classier than that.
There's evidence to support that that's not the case, though.
With legs like those, I could probably do the splits real easy.
This isn't really the line of discussion we should be having right now. Also, you're a gymnast. Are you trying to tell me you can't do the splits right now? That's a little hard to believe, honestly.
We just happened to run into each other on the first floor of Grape House and went to the tower together.
Hajime, cutting through the crap and just getting to the point. Fair enough.
And then, the three of us discovered Nekomaru's body.
I actually really needed that laugh. I kind of came into this entire trial feeling extraordinarily, I don't know, maybe full of cobwebs and doubt and sadness. That actually shook some things loose. I think I might be a bit better now.
The body discovery announcement was made soon after. A Akane heard that and rushed over.
We heard the body discovery announcement too, from Strawberry House, obviously.
But you done couldn't get over there.
As I recall, we found out the elevator was out of order, which left us stuck.
So we decided to go to the tower for the time being and headed for Strawberry Hall.
Makes sense.
But someone even broke Strawberry Hall's door button. We couldn't go anywhere because of that.
Basically, all things considered, this was an extraordinarily elaborate scheme, which required a lot of things. And the fact that they were able to come up with all of it and make it all go without a hitch at the same time is very bizarre to me.
Thinking we should at least find some method to communicate, we set our sights on the lounge telephone.
I mean, we were only in this funhouse for what, 2 full days? I mean, my goodness.
Forget these boring intros. Let's talk about the killer.
I mean, on one hand, I agree. On the other hand, it really is probably for the best that we get everybody on the same page.
Anyway, it's definitely someone from Strawberry House.
I mean, that would definitely seem possible.
What do you mean, definitely?
I mean, I was kind of around with literally everybody else at the time that was in Grape House, so it doesn't seem likely that it was them. Not impossible, but not likely.
There's no way a chick would kill someone so cruelly. So it must be one of you Strawberry House dudes.
Okay, well, Akane, as much as I respect your input, I'm gonna have to disagree on that front, considering we literally just had a case not that long ago about a girl horrifyingly murdering 2 others. I feel like that's a really bad justification, so I think you're right for the wrong reasons.
One of you better hurry up and confess, or I'll break all of you in half!
All of us?
You're the cruelest one here.
She's just very, very emotional right now.
Now, enough with the lovers' quarrel. We need to think about this seriously.
In what pantheon of reality would you ever think that's what that was? Like, I don't admit to being a master on the subject, but I feel like that's just random.
We don't have the luxury of discussing irrelevant things. The incident this time has many questions.
Oh boy, yeah.
The incident notwithstanding, I also have many questions.
Then we must attempt to answer them.
Then let's start with something even Miss Sonia can understand. The weapon.
That's an extraordinarily backhanded thing to say about somebody you apparently are attracted to. You're really bad at this.
Obvious, right?
Wow, he's really just gonna be this way, huh?
Guys, the weapon. You could totally tell just by looking.
I imagine he's going to bring up the hammer. If that's the case, I can prove it's not the hammer with the hammer. You can tell what the weapon is just by looking? It wouldn't be much of a mystery if that were true. The only thing that at the crime scene that looked like a weapon was probably the hammer. So, assuming I've got the hammer, I can use the hammer to prove it's not the hammer. New looking hammer, there it is. Hang on. Whoop, 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 whoop. There we go. This one's obvious at least.
We should figure out the weapon first.
Yay.
The weapon was right there at the scene of the crime.
Do you think it is the hammer,
Pillar,
Soda?
huh?
Yes, it was the pillar.
No, the hammer.
Oh, wait, what? Okay.
Killer used that hammer
Oh, here we go.
and beat the crap
Yep.
out of her.
No!
No, that's wrong.
There we go. All right. Now we're making progress. Ah.
I can't accept that hammer was the murder weapon.
I say that as if we've barely been doing much of anything yet. This whole thing just barely started. But still, it was the most obvious thing we had to get out of the way, and it's nice to just kind of cut that thread.
Why not? Why can't you accept it?
Oh, let me explain, you dang silly fool.
A lot of oil was flowing from Nekomaru's body, just like human blood, right?
Yeah, man, it's incredibly lucky that he was a robot, because if he was currently a human...
If the hammer was used to beat Nekomaru, you'd expect some oil to be on it at least.
The bare minimum.
But that hammer was clean. So that's why you can't accept that it's the murder weapon.
That's my general theory.
Well, yeah, but the killer might have wiped off the oil later.
Well, why?
Why?
Yeah.
Well, obviously, to make the hammer look like it's not the murder weapon.
Then why would they leave the hammer there?
Then why bother cleaning the oil? If they didn't want it to look suspicious, they would have discarded the hammer.
Everyone is pointing these things out. I'm not clever for pointing them out. The game is doing it for me. So, fair enough.
You're pretty insightful, baby gangsta.
That is the most amazing nickname ever.
Baby gangster? Me?
Baby Gangsta! That came out of nowhere. I love it. Oh, thank goodness. Levity. I need levity. Thank you.
Just so y'all know, I was trying to test you guys.
Yeah, okay, sure.
I thought maybe you guys mistook the hammer for the weapon or something.
Mm-hmm.
It seems that was a waste of time.
More than a little bit, yeah.
Then what was the real weapon used to murder Nekomaru?
The giant hawking pillar.
That's the problem. There wasn't anything else at the crime scene that looked like a potential weapon.
I mean, it's not an orthodox weapon, but it's still a weapon.
How about we look at it from a different angle?
You mean upside down?
If it doesn't have oil on it, it's not the weapon. So whatever has oil on it must be the weapon.
Oh my god, Nekomaru was killed by the floor. I guess, I don't know. No, it's obviously the pillar.
I see.
Ha-cha-cha-cha! It's pretty obvious it got knocked over on him.
Oil on it. It's that broken pillar.
I just legitimately don't know how anybody would be strong enough to do so, but I suppose pushing something over would require less strength than lifting it, supposedly. I feel like physics would imply that's the truth.
Then that pillar is the weapon. Coach Nekomaru got clobbered with that pillar.
I believe that is the case, yes.
Nobody could withstand a blow from that pillar. Even if you used 100% of your muscle strength, it would be impossible to wield it as a weapon.
I'm not saying that it's being wielded like a bat.
Why?
Akane, please, girl. We tried lifting it. In this particular instance, it is correct.
We tried to move it, right?
Yeah, we couldn't even roll the thing. Well, admittedly, Akane tried to move it. Hajime looks like he might have pretended to try and help, which is actually kind of a really rude thing to do. It's no use, it's barely budging. Didn't I tell you? I'm full of myself.
Yeah, that pillar was pretty freaking heavy.
I don't know how heavy, but heavy enough to probably kill a robot.
There's one dude who could have lifted that pillar.
Huh? Who are you talking about?
I mean, kind of obvious, ain't it?
Coach Nekomaru's robot body. With that dude's super strength, lifting a pillar would be real easy.
I don't know if we actually have any proof of that. I'm sure he was stronger than he was as a human, and he was already really strong then, but we never saw any examples of him being extraordinarily strong.
So, he lifted the pillar, and then what? Did he use it to beat himself?
Yeah, see, that's the thing. That would imply he, like, maybe he tried to use it as a weapon, but, like, I don't know, tripped and it fell on him? If that's the case, that wouldn't work.
You mean Nekomaru killed himself?
That doesn't seem very likely.
Don't be stupid. He ain't the type to commit suicide.
Then even if
I mean, I
Nekomaru
agree, but,
lifted that pillar, it has nothing to do with the case at all.
Well, okay, no, it definitely had a lot to do with the case.
Well, I guess you're right.
Oh, come on, Akane. Since when have you ever backed down?
What the heck?
But it does bother me a little. That word, suicide. I mean, that word in general kind of makes my skin crawl, if I'm being honest. Wait, what? By the way, the fourth member... Ah, right. Oh, be that as it may, I feel like that's not the case this time. Yeah, I know, but I don't think that's the case. Now, that shouldn't matter. There's no way Nekomaru would commit suicide, as far as we know. That's one of the most horrifying aspects of that. You never do know.
But that's a problem.
Ugh.
If it's not the pillar, then there's no other weapon we can think of.
It's the pillar, people!
There may be a way to use the pillar as a weapon without lifting it.
Yeah, pushing it.
Huh? For reals?
Why is it so hard for people to realize that?
Yes, for reals.
Expertly said.
I see. So my gut was right after all.
I mean, your gut actually has a rather decent track record, all things considered.
All right. It's up to you, Sonia. Prove that pillar was the murder weapon.
Please do. I'd rather not have to do everything.
Understood. Then I shall give it my all. Sonia, here I go!
Her enthusiasm. Oh, okay, I guess I'm gonna have to agree with something here. Make up my arguments. All right, wire, goodnight button, oil on the floor, tipped over pillar, then pillar fragments. That might be it, actually. Let's assume that it is, and see what we got.
There's no need to lift that pillar.
Correct, correct.
If the pillar was not lifted, beating him with it is beyond a dream.
Exactly. Wait,
What about
what did that one say?
tipping the pillar over?
Wait,
They
what?
aimed right for his head and bullseye.
Oh, I need to disagree?
Even I could probably tip it over.
Then you're the killer. I saw that one.
Considering the pillar's weight,
Yeah, come on, don't do that.
probably exerted a ton of force.
Sonia, you go, girl. I'm getting hella excited.
Okay. But I have to disagree. That's weird, but... Huh. Okay, well then I think I'm on the right track, but... That would imply that I'm not correct? Alright, well, I guess that's what we have. It doesn't really matter if I'm right or not. I just need to do what I need to do.
Pillar was not lifted.
Okay, now what was this message?
Beating him with it is beyond a
Don't
dream.
interfere, hammies. Who's calling?
Tipping the pillar over.
No,
Aimed right for his
Stupid white noise.
If the pillar was not beating him with it is beyond...
What about tipping the pillar over?
There.
No, that's wrong.
I shoot the message before it even gets a chance to contradict. Or be obscured. Not contradict. Whatever. Point is. Yeah.
If Nekomaru was crushed by the pillar, then there should have been fragments on top of his body.
Yeah, I guess that is true. But if it... I don't understand. If it wasn't tipped over and landed on top of him, how else could it have possibly killed him? That actually doesn't make any sense to me.
Huh? Fragments?
Fragments! That's where this game is going, so I have to follow it, I guess.
The pillar fragments were scattered beneath Nekomaru's body, but there weren't any on top of his body.
I mean, I can't argue that that's true. There would have been stuff all over him. So I get that, but...
If the pillar had been tipped over and crushed, the fragments should have been on top of his body instead.
Well, then what does that mean? The pillar is the only thing that could have possibly killed him. And it's obviously it made an impact. What other way could you possibly get hit by it? I actually don't know.
Briefly considered that too, but it's probably not what happened.
Well, then what did?
I see. That was entirely my bad.
Oh, Sonia, it's all good. I mean, that's definitely what I thought.
If they didn't tip it over, then how did the killer murder Nekomaru with that pillar?
That is the question.
How much longer are you gonna focus on the pillar? Just let it go already.
Okay, we'll let it go as soon as you can honestly come up with literally anything else that could have possibly been used to kill him. If you have any other possible, slightest idea of what that could be other than the pillar, please chime in. Otherwise, Soda, I'm gonna actually have to kindly ask you to let it go.
There's no way I can let it go. I'm positive that Nekomaru was killed by that pillar.
I agree, full-heartedly. Come on now.
Why are you so certain about that?
Because what else could do it?
I have a feeling.
Her gut is good. I trust in her gut.
A feeling, huh? That's just your instincts.
Yeah, well, it's been pretty good so far, so I think we should roll with it.
But we can't say for sure that that instinct is wrong, can we?
I don't like the fact that you're the one being helpful about this, but fine, whatever.
There's another way to use that pillar to kill. You guys just haven't noticed it.
Yeah, apparently.
Is that true?
Then I shall ask you, what way is that?
Well, I can already tell you, I could wager a large sum of money that he's not gonna just say it.
You guys, the same as usual.
What the actual hell is wrong with him?
You're unable to clear a path to the future with your own powers, so you just stand there and falter.
Legitimately, he was an annoying jackass before, but now he's being, passive-aggressive.
What a waste of talent. And you all intend to fight the Future Foundation? You make me laugh.
What the hell?
What did you say? Regardless, it's not like I want to die with the rest of you. So I guess I should lend a hand.
Okay, so clearly something in those damn files made him go completely topsy-turvy. Because his entire spiel up to this point was, I'm fine with dying if I'm a stepladder to help, with his weird crazy man face. Now he doesn't want to. I am legitimately confused as to what he could possibly have learned.
Hey, Nagito, what the hell happened to you? How come you're not talking like a lunatic anymore?
Well, to be fair, he is still talking like a lunatic. It's just in a completely different way.
I've learned a valuable lesson. Ignorance is by far the greatest shame.
Okay. I guess my theory is correct.
Huh? What do you mean?
Who cares? Just tell us how the pillar was used to kill.
As much as I want to get that thing out of the way, yeah, I guess we need to settle these things one at a time. This is the more pressing matter.
Well, First of all, the pillar itself is not enough.
In what regard?
But when combined with a specific item, there's a way it could be possible.
With a specific item? Huh?
A specific item?
The wire? The hammer?
Of course, the ultimate weapon.
Oh. Okay.
Ultimate weapon?
If it's actually a weapon, then I guess I was just completely talking out my my theory was entirely wrong, I suppose. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. All right.
Isn't that the thing you get when you clear the final dead room?
Yeah, well, hang on a second. If that's true, if it is the ultimate weapon, then the only way to get it is through doing the dead room. Then that would mean it would had to have been Nagito, but we know it's not Nagito. We were playing as him.
So, Nagito knows what the ultimate weapon is?
Yeah, and I'm sure he's going to be obtuse about it.
Of course I know, but I'm pretty sure everyone else has seen it, you know?
Okay. Your assumptions are, in fact, false.
We've seen it?
That's right. You've seen it clearly.
Excuse me?
Because I, the one who has claimed dominion over evil, am the ultimate weapon.
Now's really not the time for this, Gundam. And any other time, at any other day, I would be well and truly enraptured by your absolute silly nonsense. But right now, we're kind of in the middle of something super duper important.
I am he who cuts the insolent catalyst, which flows out from the chaos with the sword of victory.
And yet, I can't bring myself to actually be annoyed by this.
It's only fitting that I deserve to be called the ultimate weapon.
It's just too charming.
No, you are far greater than the ultimate weapon, since you wield your 4 dark dampers of destruction.
This has all taken a very odd turn, I must say.
I see.
He can boast till the cows come home, but as soon as someone earnestly actually agrees with him in any capacity, he completely turns into a tomato. That is hilarious to me.
I don't know why, but I'm not liking this.
Yeah, well, I don't think you have a choice.
Cut the bullshit and say it clearly. What is the ultimate weapon?
I can't help but notice, almost every single time a comedy routine involving any combination of those characters seems to happen, it just sort of gets, it's said, it happens, and then everyone ignores that it happened and we just keep talking.
In order to clarify that, we first need to solve the secret of the Funhouse.
Okay.
Huh? The secret of the Funhouse?
Apparently the Funhouse secret, as it were.
You still don't realize it? Jeez, get it together. You're supposed to be the symbols of hope, aren't you?
He's aggravating in an entirely separate way.
I forgot. Except for Hajime, of course.
Yes, cool. Thank you for constantly bringing that up at every given opportunity.
Except for Hajime?
If we make it out of this, I'll explain it to you guys.
What do you mean if? Of course we're going to. I'm not gonna be happy about the end results, but we're all gonna survive. Well, except for one of us, but you know what I meant.
Anyway, we must first clarify the secret of the Funhouse, right?
Apparently.
Then I think it must have something to do with the structure of the Funhouse.
That'd make the most sense. The fact that...
House
Oh.
leads to Strawberry Tower, and Grape House leads to Grape Tower.
But no matter which direction you come into from, it's still facing... Everything still faces the exact same way. That's the aspect we need to focus on here.
But in actuality, they are both the same building, and both houses are linked to the central tower. It is undeniable that such a sweet building structure is the secret of the Funhouse.
Not 100% sure what the pronunciation was all about there, but okay.
Man, not only does that make perfect sense, but Miss Sonia's beautiful voice is just so soothing.
My God, man. Seriously, you're laying it on way too much. You might have stood something resembling a chance with her at one point, but it's long gone now.
Faux show. I shall leave this matter to your discretion.
Why is Sonia so extraordinarily hilarious this chapter? Ignored, as always. Never comment on anything she ever says or does. The two houses are connected to the tower in the middle. I thought that at first too, but I ended up finding proof that completely contradicts that. Alright, well, if the bullet that I think pops up, I'll know what it is. Wire, goodnight, tripped over pillar, vehicle, strange feeling in tower. Yeah, that would be it. All right, I should know what I need to shoot too if I see it.
And Great Tower
What do we got? What do we got?
actually the exact same place.
Is that what I want it to be?
So that's the secret of the Funhouse.
Well, no.
Is that really it?
I mean, it can't be, because otherwise we wouldn't be doing
You
this.
say they're both the same place.
Yeah, that's
And the
suppose it
walls
is.
are different colors.
Okay, but we already know the answer to
The
that.
designs on the floor are also different.
Akane, I'm sorry to say, I guess you weren't paying
We've already
attention.
settled this problem. Give it 10 years before you argue with Miss Sonia.
Okay, well, then... Yeah, I guess that... I thought the first thing was way too early, but no. All right, hang on. I got it. I know how to do it.
Truth, Strawberry Tower and Great Tower.
All right, come on. Give me...
Actually,
What you get the dang!
No, that's wrong.
It appears to not be the case.
Both of those towers, are they really the same place?
I mean, in a way they must be, but in another way they can't be. So... I don't know. It's like a weird half and half.
Why are you asking that now? Do you harbor a grudge because my kingdom destroyed your homeland?
Does your kingdom have an established history of doing that?
Hajime, I won't tolerate any sort of rebellion.
I am literally the least intimidated by you out of everyone in this room.
I mean, doesn't it seem strange?
Seriously, I'm more physically intimidated by Chiaki than I am you, Soda.
When we went to Great Tower from Great Hall, Nekomaru's body was in front of the door to Strawberry Hall.
But then the whole thing got
But when we
flipped.
went to Strawberry Tower from Strawberry Hall, his body was in front of the door to Great Hall.
Yeah, any way you look at it, that's weird. I mean, it is the same room, but it should. The way we did it doesn't make any sense. So, sort of, but also not. It's weird.
Probably some kind of trick, like the floor rotating 180 degrees or something.
I mean, in a way, yeah, but also no.
If it is, means it could have passed as the exact same place, right?
Yeah, but wouldn't we have felt or heard or something to that effect?
Do you seriously think such a simple answer is the correct answer?
Cool, great. It's exactly what I needed. Him to be aggressively jerkish. That's... I honestly can't believe I find his previous way of talking more or less annoying.
Wrong? Oops, I guess I've said too much. If the floor didn't rotate, then that means we need to think about the structure of the building.
Yeah, I guess so. It's like, well, I mean, he had a point. Yeah, it would have just... I mean, I guess the other thing rotate... Something about rotation. I don't know. Excusez-moi? What's happening now?
Then how about this? Somebody moved Nekomaru's body.
Well, I mean, on one hand, that would be possible, but the other things that were in the room couldn't have been moved.
From Great Tower to Strawberry Tower?
We were all in one big group at the same time, so how's that possible?
Together during that time. Even if they tried to move the body inside the tower.
Then Monokuma did it.
I mean, I don't blame you for thinking he would, but at the same time, I don't think he did. For all of the incredibly horrible and awful things Monokuma has said, done, and represents as a creature, he's never actually done something like that.
While we were moving, Monokuma quickly moved things around.
But Nekomaru's body wasn't the only thing moved. Are you saying the broken pillar was moved too?
If it is too heavy to carry, let them roll it.
Okay, well, conceivably. Okay, let's just make, you know, absolute certain of all possibilities. Let's assume that they could move the body and they could move the pillar. They couldn't move the freaking, like, stains. Unless they also cleaned it up, but even then, I don't think they realistically would have had the time to do it.
Just like if there is no bread, let them eat cake.
That is not how that phrase works. That is not how that works. Sonia, please. All right, fine. Wire, oil. Oh yeah, no, there you go. Oil on the floor. That's more than most likely it. All right.
There are many different ways.
Ta-ta-ta.
The body and the pillar could have been moved.
All right, I'm listening.
The pillar could have been rolled.
Technically, I suppose.
And Nekomaru could have been moved piece by piece.
That's
I
not-
agree it was Monokuma's doing.
It's not incorrect, but it's unlikely. Come on, I'm so bad at cutting these things. As expected of a princess, she's overcoming my arguments with great confidence. She's some sort of diplomat. I need to counter her remarks and wait for an opportunity to refute her. Oh, dang it. I need to swing my sword faster and harder, apparently. here.
could have been rolled,
Shoo, shoo, shoo. Get out of here.
and Nekomaru
Out of my
could have been
business.
moved piece by piece. I decree it was Monokuma's doing.
Come on, come on. No, why? There's no controller. Stop it.
There are many different ways.
I need to use the analog stick to do this, but if I accidentally press the analog stick, that stupid thing happens, and the analog stick stops working as an analog stick.
Piece by piece. I decree it was Monokuma's doing.
Okay, so how... it won't let me... What? No, guys, I'm serious. What the crap? On the last one, it just wasn't letting me do anything. Okay, one more time. If this doesn't work, then there's something seriously wrong going on, and I'll figure it out. Hang on.
And Nekomaru could have been moved piece
Okay,
by
come on.
piece. Monokuma's doing.
Okay. There! That time it worked. Alright, I don't know what the deal with that was. I'm sorry.
That might be hard even for Monokuma, don't you think?
I mean,
It seems
doubtful?
you have forgotten.
Oh boy.
Monokuma is surprisingly strong. Wielding the pillar
That
of
is
the
true.
body, he could have moved it all easy as pie.
Oh god, everything broke in one hit. What? Retreat? Wait, what? I was overcome. She's gonna go back to the original topic. What? Oh my god. Okay, fine. This is really frustrating. This is the most difficult one I've had so far. Granted, partially due to...
And Nekomaru could have been moved.
Oh, that's why! I could only cut so many times!
Monokuma's doing.
Oh my god, that's what the problem was. Okay. Okay, alright. Now I completely understand. I'm sorry, there's actually something blocking that small portion of my monitor. I have so many screens. Oh my god. Alright. Okay, that's why. I was swinging so willy-nilly, I was wasting swings on things that weren't even... Okay. I apologize profusely for that. Let us now actually do this properly.
There are many different ways. The body and the pillar could have been moved.
Don't waste any of my
The pillar
swings.
could have been rolled.
Or at least as few as possible.
And Nekomaru could have been moved piece by piece. I decree it was Monokuma's doing.
Okay. Okay, I'm not 100% sure how I was able to do it that one time. I was trying to preserve them as much as I could. Oh boy. Okay, well, you guys have suffered long enough, so let's just jump to whenever I actually manage to not make an idiot of myself. How about that? All right, just endure the damage and slam it right. We got this.
Monokuma is surprisingly strong.
All right, come on.
Wielding the power of a futuristic robo
No,
bear.
that's not it. Damn it, it's the other one. It's the other one.
It seems you have forgotten.
Come on. Wait,
Monokuma
tipped over
is
pillar. No.
surprisingly strong. Wielding the power of the pillar that he could have
No.
moved all
Okay, no. All right, she's not going back this time. Just
It seems you
come
have
on, brain,
forgotten.
body. Let's do this.
Monokuma is surprisingly
Yes. All right.
strong.
Get rid of the first one.
Wielding the power
Get rid of that,
the
and then
body
slice
and
it. Boom. Thank you.
Allow me to cut
Oh my
through
god,
those
that was
words.
embarrassing. Okay. Moving on.
Moving the body and pillar is possible, but it would have been impossible to move the oil on the floor.
That took an embarrassingly large amount of more of an extra tries than I feel comfortable with, but whatever. These things happen. Make fun of me if you will. We'll just all move on. How do you move a puddle of oil?
When the position of Nekomaru's body and the pillar changed, the oil surrounding his body moved too. Physically moving all of the oil like that is simply not possible, no matter how you look at it.
If nothing else, there wouldn't have been, like, even if they, like, moved it and cleaned it up so that it would look like that, then there wouldn't have been enough oil to seep out in the exact same way that it was prior. So, no. Yeah.
Then it's impossible to think it was moved.
Thank you, yes.
I am terribly sorry. I cannot believe I got so fired up.
You know what? I'm going to look on the positive side of all of that humiliation. Sonia, you are an expert at this exact thing. You are really good at debating, okay? You have an authoritative presence, and you're really good at getting people to think things the way you do. So, at the same time, I applaud your ability, and I'm also terrified by the notion of you ever turning evil. So please never do.
It's all right. A fired up Miss Sonia is awesome to watch.
Yeah, that's great. Awesome. Cool.
So what really happened? Does that mean the two towers aren't the same building?
We can't be certain of that either.
It's like half and half. It's really confusing.
Not when the experiment involving the handbook I left on the tower floor was a complete success.
Exactly.
Yeah, the e-handbook was still there. That's why we thought the two towers were the same building.
So, what's the story here?
If they're not the same building or two different buildings, then what are they?
Those are the only two things they can be. She's pondering.
No idea, huh?
She's thinking. Give her time. This mystery ties into the secret of the Funhouse. But we don't have enough clues to solve that mystery. Then the only thing we can do is rely on the one person who has those clues. Oh no.
Hey, Nagito.
I know you're obviously not going to, but it's my only option.
I thought it would come to this. I knew my turn was coming up.
Yeah, well, it kinda had to. You have information literally nobody else does.
Fine. Tell you guys a big hint that can help you solve the secret of the Funhouse.
God forbid you just flat out say it.
Give us the answer, not a friggin' hint.
You see, now I'm agreeing with Soda. This is the situation we're currently in. Things are dire, people.
But then it wouldn't mean anything. I need you guys to do this class trial properly.
Why? Because of your weird, warped, and twisted sense of how things are supposed to work and how everything is? Your personal self-satisfaction is not what's on the line right now, asshole.
It's also important for me because it will help me determine something.
If it's something about the case, then fine, but if it's not, then shut up. Determine? Is he talking about the traitor? If so, why did Nagito say that all of a sudden? Did something happen to him?
But how do we know your hint is any good? It's suspicious that you're the only one who knows it.
Well, I imagine his retort is gonna be, then well, fine, don't listen to anything I have to say, and everyone dies.
I have a good reason for that.
Oh, I sincerely doubt that. Nothing you've ever done or said has been for a good reason.
The reason I'm the only one who knows it is because I was the only one who performed the appropriate action.
He performed the appropriate action, which means he did a little, yeah, Monokuma Tai Chi, obviously. Now,
I see.
that is in fact not the case. Yes, small amount of health regain, thank you.
Right? You cleared the life-threatening game there and found something, didn't you?
You found a bunch of things, mostly due to making things as difficult as possible.
That's right. The hint is what I saw after I cleared it.
Immediately after? Then that would be the...
In the depths of the final dead room, there was a hidden room surrounded by concrete.
I imagine it would probably be the window. That's the only thing he could see.
And there, a small conspicuous window waited, all by itself. From that window, I saw some very strange scenery.
Are you going to describe it in any capacity?
Strange scenery?
Anything at all?
Instead of explaining it, it might be faster just to show you.
How would you even do that?
At an opportune time, I found a perfect camera in the final dead room.
Oh, yeah, whoa. Wow, you're right. I forgot that was actually a thing you physically picked up. Yeah, okay, fair enough.
You took a picture?
He took a picture.
Yep.
Nagito grinned creepily as he retrieved a small digital camera from his inner pocket. To be fair, every action he's ever had since we've met him has been creepy.
See? This is it.
As he said that, he showed us a peculiar picture, and then I finally got to see it. There it is.
Let me explain it to you again.
Oh. Oh. I think I get it, actually.
I took this picture on the first floor of Strawberry House, from the secret room within the final dead room.
Yeah. He never went up or downstairs in the final dead room, as far as I'm aware. So if this is the first floor, then this doesn't make any sense. We're clearly too high up.
But don't you think it's weird? If the Funhouse's structure is what you guys have been thinking, then there's lots of things that don't make sense in this picture, right?
I mean, I can think of at least one immediately. Lots of things that shouldn't make sense in this picture?
Then let's begin. Shall I call it thinking time?
The way you said that makes me want to punch you in the head. Oh, okay. Also, you're terrible at naming things. What doesn't make sense in this picture? How? Whoa, hang on. Whoa, how exactly would how do I point out that we're up? I suppose, just maybe point at the, like, hey, look at the sky? Does that work? Assuming that's what I'm supposed to be pointing out?
The structure of the funhouse is what we thought it was.
Okay, I think I got it at least. The game said, all right, you've figured something out, now prove it. How do you prove it from a photo without like a drop-down menu of things to say? Ah, okay.
Grape House and Strawberry House should link to the tower in the middle.
Yeah.
Which means, if you're viewing the tower from Strawberry House, you should see Grape House behind it. But in this photo, I don't see anything behind the tower. No shadow, no shape, no Grape House at all.
Wait, what? Wait, that's what I proved? Isn't Grape House the giant cylinder? I assumed it was 2 cylinders, and he was in Strawberry, so if you take the photo from there, that what we're looking at right there would be Grape House. I was trying to point out how high up we were, and how that doesn't make any sense, because he was supposed to be on the first floor. I don't know what this means. What?
I see. And is that it?
I appear to have proven something that I'm not sure how or what it was. Huh. Naga just said there's lots of things that don't make sense in this photo, which means there are other contradictions contained in it. What doesn't make sense in this picture? Somehow I got something right by also doing the wrong thing. I don't know if that's impressive or sad. Okay. Well, clearly my thing is still a thing. If that's not how you do it, you point at the sky. I don't know, the tops of the trees? No, not the tower. There's only one tower in this picture. That's what we've been thinking all along, which means it's not a natural at all. Well, crap. I don't know. I can only assume it's like the... Oh, okay. I guess I was just slightly off. Like, look at the trees, I guess. We're high up.
Beside the final dead one, right? If that's the case, then that means it should have been taken from the first floor of Strawberry House.
Okay, all right. Well, whatever it is, we did it.
Should have been.
It should have been, yeah, but it apparently was not. And that's kind of the entire problem that we're having right now.
This is definitely strange.
More than slightly, yes.
This photo doesn't look like it was taken from the first floor. The angle suggests it was taken from higher up. That's right. Good call.
I'm gonna be completely honest with all of you. I don't entirely understand what that is, what this ultimately means.
In summary, this is the truth contained in this photo.
I am very lucky that I'm only playing a game and not actually in this trial, because I am not good at this.
The first floor of Strawberry House is located in a high area, and Grape House is not behind the tower.
Yeah, but... Oh, it's magic, you know. Okay, nope, sorry, all right. It hit me like a ton of bricks. I was confused what they meant by, I thought we were looking at it, and the perspective of the whole thing got me confused, and I didn't understand it. That's my bad. All right, I get it now. I understand completely.
It's not. Are you saying that Grape House is merely an illusion spell cast by Monokuma's cursed eye?
For what it's worth, I do believe it could be cursed.
From this point on, do your own thinking. Now that you've finally met the same requirements as me, if you guys are truly symbols of hope, you can easily solve a simple mystery like this.
I mean, I legitimately hope so.
It might be possible for Hajime to solve it too, even though he's just a normal high school student.
You keep saying that like it's actually meant to be all that much of an insult. You won by lottery. Like, why are you acting like you're better than me? If anything, wouldn't we be equals?
Despite the fact that you don't have a real talent, you already know about the other clue.
Okay. The other clue? Is he talking about that one time? Why, hello there, Hajime. Nagato, why are you here? Because I showed up. You showed up? How did you even come here? Maybe I teleported.
You're referring to when you suddenly appeared on the second floor of Grape House, right? I'm asking you just to be safe. At the time, where do you think I came from?
I don't know. That's why I asked. And when I did, you didn't give me an answer.
The top floor, right?
Such sharp eyes. So you realized it already?
Thank God Chiaki is here.
Top floor. So the third floor?
You came from the 3rd floor of Grape House.
But the Monokuma Archive should be the only room on the 3rd floor of Grape House.
What does it mean?
Where? Was that thing just now another hint to figuring out the mystery behind the Funhouse's structure? The reason Nagito appeared from the 3rd floor. Using the photo he took, I might be able to find the answer if I just think about it. Oh God, please don't let it be Hangman. Okay, it's not Hangman, it's this. All right, well, worst case scenario, I just have to fall down a pit a couple hundred times and I can eventually figure it all out. All right. I accept it. Let's go. Hata! Hajime, ultimate snowboarder. Can't prove me wrong. I gravely misunderstood what that yellow thing meant. I thought it was a hole. It wasn't a hole. All right, maybe I should be slowing down, but at the same time, I don't wanna, so I'm not gonna. All right, here we go. Question 1. Do Strawberry House and Grape House both exist? Wait, are you... Oh, yeah, absolutely. The fact that they asked that question at all confused me and made me think if I was like, wait, do they? Yeah. It would be impossible for there to have been so many rooms. We're clearly not all staying in the same place. So yes, they both definitely exist. That is a fact. A fact-o reality. And now we got stuff sprouting out of the ground. Rude. All right. Oh, I thought that was the sign for the next question. Yeah. Okay, question 2. Is Strawberry House and Grape House the same building, or are they 2 different buildings? Well, we thought they were the same. Wait, no, wait. We thought that they were different, so that must be incorrect. You're giving me a time limit to answer questions that I don't fully understand the answers to before you ask them of me. Makes the whole thing very complicated, and I don't appreciate it. All right, here we go. Once again. Okay. Whoa. Why is the inside of Hajime's head so freakishly dangerous? Shouldn't have to do these kind of mental... how are Strawberry House and Grape House positioned with each other? Well, kind of again with the process of elimination. If it's not horizontally like we thought, then it has to be vertically? I mean, that's the only thing that would make any sense, I guess. I admit that I'm not, my brain. That's all I can say. Ah, my head.
I got it. I know the secret of the Funhouse.
Please enlighten me. I think I get it, but I also don't, so I need someone to iron out the wrinkles.
Then let me hear it. What kind of answer will you give, I wonder?
This answer isn't for you, jackass.
In the picture Nagito took from Strawberry House, I didn't see Grape House at all. So where did Grape House go?
I was confused by what that meant, but now I understand. Because the way that they were positioned meant that if that was where he was, then it should have been seen from there. I get it now.
There was only one possibility. It was in a position where it couldn't be seen from Strawberry House. Which means Strawberry House and Grape House are in the same building, but on different floors.
Okay. That makes sense. Yeah.
Same building, different floors?
That appears to be the case, yes.
Then the 2 houses aren't 2 different 3-story buildings.
They're one giant 6-story building?
They're actually one 6-story building?
Man, okay. I mean, given what we've seen of the place, it makes sense, and it also fits the whole Funhouse structure.
If you think about it like that, based on Nagito's picture, it's clear where Strawberry House is located.
And that would also, yeah, it would also make sense of yeah, okay, I think I get it now. I think it all makes sense. Where Strawberry House is located would be the floors above Grape House.
I see.
They would have to be, otherwise it would, because if it was the first floor, Strawberry, got it.
Of Grape House. That's where Strawberry House is located.
Okay, The game is dragging me by the ankles through this, but I'm understanding it. I get it.
Because of that, the photo taken from the first floor of Strawberry House was at a high angle. Altogether, this means the first floor of Strawberry House is also the 4th floor above Grape House.
Okay, that makes sense. Oh, wow.
Oh, snap. I never expected that the two houses were connected vertically.
What is with your bizarre obsession with, like, outdated lingo?
But what about the shape of the building? The two houses were completely different shapes.
That doesn't necessarily mean that they weren't the same building, because the way the shapes are, I mean, as long as it's one big, cylinder, you can fit different shapes inside a cylinder.
Strawberry House is 4-sided, and Grape House is 6-sided, right?
And that's another reason why. Okay, yeah, yep. Okay. Whew, I'm gonna be honest. It honestly feels like a very large fog just flew out of my head, and I actually can see things now.
It never occurred to us that they were the same building because it was structured with two different shapes.
Right, but
A quadrilateral and a hexagon. Overlaid atop each other to misdirect how we would perceive them.
right, but you can fit one of those inside the other. Ta-da!
And it worked, didn't it?
There you go.
Disregarding the tower, we fully believe the two houses were two separate, distinct buildings.
Man, as long as there weren't any windows and you never saw the building when you first came in, that all lines up.
In order to conceal the unique design of the Funhouse, Monokuma put us to sleep so we couldn't look at the outside of the building when he brought us to it.
Yeah, if we had seen it before we went in, it would have been completely obvious. Or at the very least, easier to figure out.
You've just been Kuma'd!
Is that your version of punked? Because I don't think that's really what that is.
Don't you think a building full of so many surprises totally deserves to be called a fun house?
You implied that this is a prank, but it was really more of you just omitting information. I suppose the knocking us out thing could be called a prank, a sick, twisted, not funny prank, but a lot of those can be, in fact, those things.
Then it's true? The building was really like that?
Unless he modified the building after he got here, that would imply that it was always this way. And you would have known that.
That's right! Those two houses exist on different floors in the same building!
Okay.
Constructing a building like that on your own without my knowledge? How horrible!
Okay, apparently he did construct it. However hell he did that.
Then what about the towers? Are they arranged vertically just like the houses?
Yeah, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower should have also been different floors inside the same building.
Right, and so, yeah, the 180 degree. Yeah, yep, okay. I think it all makes sense to me now. Yeah!
Strawberry House was on top of Grape House.
That's okay. So the giant cylinder that I saw wasn't what I thought. I made a lot of assumptions about how this building worked, and every last single one of them was completely wrong. And the fact that I had to accept the fact that every conceivable notion I had about it was incorrect in rapid succession completely fried my brain, and I went completely loopy. Okay, this makes all the sense.
Strawberry Tower was also on top of Grape Tower.
Gotcha. Okay, and that means that the hatch he saw in the final dead room, or the octagon, whatever it was called, that meant he dropped down from the first floor of Strawberry House onto the 3rd floor of Grape House. Then he went downstairs into the lounge. That's how it works. Okay. Makes sense.
However, if they're different floors within the same building, why was Nekomaru's body in both places?
Because it actually is a giant elevator.
Aw, your precious hammies don't know? But it's so simple.
Wow, okay. He does not like Gundam. Dude, Sonya likes him. You're just gonna have to deal with it. The less time, the less often and the longer it takes you to accept that, the bigger of a tool you end up looking. I say this as somebody who actually has no interest in disliking you in any capacity. You need to accept it, move on, and become a better person.
Alrighty then. I'll be the one who solves this mystery in a flash. Please watch me, Miss Sonya.
Yeah, huh?
Oh, a
see. Do whatever you like.
I mean, come on, man. The signals. She wants you to leave her alone.
Oh, definitely make her watch me. I'm gonna stand out till she notices me.
Dude, you stand out as much as anybody possibly can, and it's not working. Maybe try a different strategy. I mean, that's just my personal feeling, but all right. Okay, so I'm not 100% sure what I need to hit with what, so let's see what the conversation is.
I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash.
Know your limits.
Hurry up, dumbass.
Come on.
One of the bodies in one of the towers
Yes.
was actually a dummy.
Are dummies tasty? Sometimes.
You mean a fake body?
That seems incredibly unlikely.
Nekomaru died with a mechanical body. It should be possible to construct a dummy from spare parts.
I mean...
You're magnificent, Gundam!
No fair, you totally stole my spotlight.
So which one was the fake body?
No.
Shut up, just pick one of them.
Oh, he's crying. Who said that? Okay, all right. No, I know what this was, but yeah, no, that actually would not be possible. All right, hang on. I need to do this thing. There we go. Strange to use the same one twice, though. All right, come on, here we go.
One of the bodies in one of the towers
I'm looking.
was actually
No, it was not.
No, that's wrong.
Incorrecto. Incorrecto for one momento, sir.
Nekomaru's body wasn't a dummy. That can be proven by Kazuichi's account.
So, wow, I'm actually using information you gave me in order to prove yourself wrong. That is a body blow.
Me?
Yeah, you, actually.
Remember? When we moved from Grape Tower to Strawberry Tower, we thought the body had moved. And that's when you said,
Flashback. Not just that, the parts that I carefully arranged when I disassembled the body all moved too. There you go.
right up until that moment, you were disassembling Nekomaru's body at Grape Tower, right? The killer couldn't have known how you'd take apart his body, so they couldn't have built a dummy.
There you go.
Unless Kazuichi was the one who built the dummy, then it would be a different story.
Admittedly, I actually hadn't considered that. Given his tech, I mean, I sort of did, but at the same time, I also just kind of didn't think it was possible. And the fact that it's getting brought up right now, I feel like proves that he's not the killer. But Kazuichi definitely could have been seen as such. I think any thought that I might have had about that went completely out the window once the much more glaring evidence popped up.
Miss Sonia, that's a pretty harsh joke.
Probably because it's not a joke and she suspects you, dude. The glare of the princess.
You are joking, right?
I mean, she has been saying a lot of funny things lately, but I'm gonna say no.
It's alright. Kazuichi is not the killer.
Chiaki, coming in clutch.
If he was, he wouldn't have fixed the elevator or the button in Strawberry Hall.
That's true. Much like how Mikon kind of falsified her stuff, Kazuichi could have just said, nope, can't do it. Completely busted.
It'd be much more convenient for the killer if it stayed broken.
Yeah, okay. You know what? That actually, that's a much better reason to clear his name other than I really just doubt him doing it. That's not gonna hold up in court.
I see. That is disappointing.
Oof. Good lord. Kazuichi, I'm sorry, man, but I guess the time for being let down easy has long since passed.
I'm even more disappointed.
Yeah, I imagine you would be.
However, even if Nekomaru's body wasn't a dummy, it's meaningless if we don't have the important answer.
The reason Nekomaru's body was in both towers, even though it was supposed to be on different floors.
Yeah,
Maybe it was simply moved?
Indeed.
The body moved to a different floor?
Technically, yes.
You can't think of a device like that? A device that moves things to different floors in the same building?
Come on, what? You're gonna make me actually... They're literally going to make me spell it out, aren't they? A device that transports things to different floors in the same building? An elevation contraption, perhaps? Oh my god. Alright, well, you know what, let's just cut the crap and speed our way through this. Okay, admittedly, that one didn't take anywhere close to as long as the other ones.
Got it!
I guess because the game is getting harder, quotation marks, things move faster.
You must be talking about an elevator.
Yes, obviously. Thank you. I do not know why we had to think so hard about that.
What? Are you saying Nekomaru's body was transported using an elevator?
I believe that is actually what I literally just said, yes.
Where the hell is this elevator anyway?
It is the tower!
It's the tower itself.
That would make sense. There you go. I wasn't entirely wrong.
The inside of the tower is one big elevator.
It didn't make sense to me at the time, but I get it now. Because I theorized it would be.
Which means the tower was designed so that the whole room goes up and down like an elevator.
There you go. It would also explain the lights changing so much differently, too.
So whether you enter from Strawberry Hall or Grape Hall, it all leads to the same room, right?
Yeah, that way you just have to have 2 false doors in the back that don't open at all. We thought that it was the doors opening and closing, but the reason, yeah, you just literally cannot open those doors. They're fake.
So that's why we could only enter it from one side or the other.
That explains it.
Now that you mention it, sometimes when I pressed the door button, it took a while for it to open.
And what kind of doors take a while to open before they do open? Elevators. You hit the button, you wait for it to move to the right place, and then there you go.
I see. We were basically waiting for the room to arrive, just like an elevator.
I mean, it's on a much grander scale, but I mean, you get that sort of thing at the Haunted Mansion ride at Disney World or Land, whichever one it is.
Please hold on. If the inside of the whole tower ascends and descends like an elevator,
And I think it does.
then why is there a picture of a strawberry on the far back door when you enter from Grape Tower?
To make you think that it isn't.
And a picture of a grape on the far back door when you enter from Strawberry Tower.
They're just fake doors. They don't open because there's nothing on the other end.
If the room just moves up and down like an elevator, there's no reason for the doors to change.
Well, I mean, no, it's just the floor that moves. That would explain it. Like, the fake door just changes because there's a second fake door higher up. The Strawberry House door that has the grapes on it is up, and the one that's down. Yeah, that still makes sense.
Plus, after the incident, the far back door in Grape Tower had chains wrapped around it, right?
That is true. Unnecessarily, for whatever reason.
But when we entered Strawberry Tower, those chains were gone.
Yeah.
Not just that, but if I remember correctly, even the doorknob was broken off.
You are correct.
There are too many strange things. Was that tower really an elevator?
Yes.
When you see people and things, make sure you focus on the good parts instead of the bad.
That's an adorably optimistic thing to say out of nowhere.
What did you say?
So, let's put aside what's changed and focus our attention on what hasn't.
Okay.
Why do we have to do that?
Because it's the way the game wants us to progress. Now shut up. Chiaki is talking.
It's fine. Come on. What does everything that hasn't changed have in common?
The things that didn't change when we moved between the 2 towers would be literally everything but the door. That includes the body, the pillar, and the oil. We've been talking about that stuff for a while now. There shouldn't be anything strange about them, not even the fact that they all moved with the elevator. The one thing that they all have in common is that they were all on the... Yeah, there you go.
I see.
That's what you're talking about. I was confused as to what that was supposed to mean.
All the items on the floor didn't change?
Yeah.
And?
Why did the picture on the far back door change? If you can figure that out, you'll have the answer.
I feel like I already did.
The reason is because that elevator has something unique about it.
I'm kind of confused. You can only enter from one side, only the floor moves.
I see.
Why would anybody assume that there was more to it than just the
The
floor?
elevator was designed so only the floor moved.
I mean, I guess elevators do rise with the walls. Still, I thought that kind of came obviously. That's why I was so confused by the questions.
Only the floor moved?
That seems to be the case, yes. That way, 2 doors. That would make sense. Plus, it shows the floor moving just alone there.
Only the floor was.
Yeah. See?
That's why we saw different doors in each tower.
There you go.
Which means on the first floor of Grape Tower, The door on the far back wall had a strawberry design.
So yeah, so the point stands. They were fake doors.
And on the 4th floor, which was Strawberry Tower, a different door on the far back wall had a grape design.
Then, where do the different floors lead?
I guess I'll have to explain that too.
I want to say they lead outside, but they're probably just for show.
Yeah. Fake doors.
Just for show? Why was something like that necessary?
To make us think that everything wasn't entirely separate things, and that the funhouse wasn't one big long building.
So we'd falsely believe that the doors were connected to where their picture signal.
Which would also explain why Nekomaru, even as a robot, wasn't able to open the door. Because there was no door. It was just a wall.
It was actually very effective. Because of that, we totally misunderstood the building's structure.
I don't get it. But I guess it means whoever designed this building had a totally twisted personality.
Well, I mean, that's an obvious fact, yeah.
Did you hear that, Monami?
Don't blame this on me. Take responsibility for yourself.
Well, why on earth would he start doing that now?
Then I'll take responsibility and gently caress you.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to never say that sequence of words ever again. Ugh.
Like, there's no way that's gonna happen. Stop with the tasteless jokes.
Ugh. Ugh. Legitimately, ew.
By the way, what does the chain on the far back door in Grape Tower mean?
It was probably wrapped there by the killer to keep us as far from Strawberry Tower as possible.
Why?
Because of that chain. You guys thought you couldn't enter there, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Like you said, I could probably use these parts to repair the button, but... Oh, yeah, okay. Basically just to make us think that it was impossible. Even if you do repair the button, what's gonna happen to the chain on the other side of the door? See, it leads to the way because of the thing, and then you were all schmormy and awful and, you know, a condescending, complete and total ass clown about it. Yeah, you don't need to worry about that. That would be why.
The killer destroyed the Strawberry Hall button, so we'd stay away from Strawberry Tower. Everything was done to tamper with the evidence, so we wouldn't find out about the secret of the funhouse.
Yeah, not only was actual sabotage and tampering done, there was even implied tampering to make us think things the certain way that we did. This is a very thorough plan.
The appearance of a body in the tower would contradict what we thought we knew about the building.
Seriously, yet again, I am impressed, but also disgusted. It is not a combination I enjoy experiencing at the same time, if I'm being honest.
In that situation, if we'd gone to Strawberry Tower, we'd have seen that contradiction firsthand. And using that as a clue, we might have discovered the truth.
Right, okay. I want you to stop talking, but thank you, I guess. Sort of. Bleh.
The truth that the two houses and the two towers are actually one complete vertical building. The killer wanted to keep us from learning that. That's why they made us stay away from Strawberry Tower.
It all makes sense to me.
They destroyed the button and wrapped a chain around the door just for that?
I mean, it mostly worked. Let's be real here.
Would it really have inconvenienced the killer if we learned the true structure of the building?
We've been spending so much time focused on all of this, I completely forgot why we were trying to solve this mystery in the first place. It was all about how we could have possibly used the... It's how could you have used... Yeah, okay, so the question we wanted to answer at first was how could you use the pillar to kill Nekomaru without having pushed it over or physically picking it up and hitting him with it? If the room is an elevator... then I believe I do know how it's possible.
It would have been a major inconvenience.
Yeah!
After all, this funhouse is strongly connected to the ultimate weapon that killed Nekomaru.
Is it as simple as to say that the ultimate weapon is the funhouse?
Hold on. You're progressing much too quickly. There's still a contradiction concerning the building structure.
Okay, what is it?
What a pain. It's fine already.
Dude, you're just saying that because it's Gundam that brought it up.
Gundam, please proceed.
Oh, man. I really shouldn't be laughing, but at the same time, like, come on, dude. Like, actually knock it off.
You said earlier that Strawberry House and Grape House are connected vertically, right?
Yes.
If so, how does the contact elevator supposedly transport us from one house to the other?
That is fair. I see. Now that you mention it, I completely forgot about that matter and how it spins you 180 degrees.
If that elevator moves vertically, then when your back is facing the elevator, both towers should be on the same side.
That is actually true. Yeah, okay.
Does this reflect reality?
Huh.
Inside Grape House, Grape Hall is on your right when your back is to the elevator.
Right.
And inside Strawberry House, Strawberry Hall is on your left when your back is to the elevator.
Correct.
Which means the houses are on exact opposite sides of the tower. Answer me, fiend! What does this mean?
Okay, I think I know, but
What does this mean?
I don't know that I know. I agree. What does this mean? If the two houses are connected vertically, the position of the tower should be the same in both houses. Yeah, but okay, but we do know for a fact because of the thing, the contact elevator thingy, it spins 180 degrees, which would facilitate that whole thing. So that should be the answer in of itself. But in fact, when my back was facing the elevator in Grape House, the tower was on my right. And when my back was facing the elevator in Strawberry House, it was on the left. Yes, okay, so that should work. How can I break through this contradiction? Well, it all depends entirely on if I have the right thing. It should be... Yeah, there it is. Yep, that it is. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that means that's the compass thingy. Let's do it.
The two houses are connected vertically.
Right.
The elevator should move.
Vertically, not horizontally.
Wait, no.
However, at both houses, the contact elevator is behind you.
Okay, I can at least hear the whole thing now.
Towers are in opposite directions.
Shoot all the things, get bonus time.
Which means your reasoning...
It's clearly contradictory.
What? Did someone just say, what are they?
Iron curtain of teamwork.
Somebody's like, what is this comedy duo? Gundam and Sonya have matching arguments. Sounds like it makes sense, but is that really correct? No. I got it.
Houses are connected vertically.
The elevator should
Although,
move.
I both understand and am kind of confused as to how they're working together.
No, that's
I mean, no,
wrong.
I know how. Whatever.
The elevator wasn't just moving vertically.
If my suspect is actually true, I'm just wondering if there is an accomplice to all of this. That's what I was trying to say. The elevator wasn't moving vertically.
Isn't that right, Kazumi?
There we go. Or just that way. Either way. Make with the smart words.
Huh? Me?
Yes, you. Please be helpful.
Hey, come on. You used the elevator while you were holding that compass Nagito gave you, right?
That. Yeah, it was pretty strange.
Recount it.
From start to finish, somehow the compass needle rotated 180 degrees.
Rotated 180 degrees.
Yes, much more than 98 degrees. Defunct boy band.
Meaning, as the elevator moved between the two houses, it also rotated 180 degrees.
It spinned.
It was probably following the building's perimeter as it rotated to the other side.
That is an extraordinarily complicated design.
Which means the exit would be on the opposite side once you arrived at the other house.
I thought the fact that there was literally no vibrations whatsoever was a factor in this, but I guess that was just something they said to make you think about it and confuse you or something. Like, I thought maybe the idea was there was no elevator at all, and it spun around, and it wouldn't have made any, vibrations because it was just spinning on, like, an axis. But I guess that really meant nothing.
And thanks to that, the tower we saw on our right side when we arrived at Grape House appeared on our left side when we were at Strawberry House.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
An elevator that rotates while it moves. Is that even possible? It's like something from an amusement park.
Fuyuhiko, my friend, we are currently in an amusement park.
Well, a funhouse is an amusement park attraction, you know.
Not exclusively. You could find one at a carnival.
And since the building doesn't really need to be structurally practical, it makes for some splendid fun.
More so, it just makes for brain hurties.
That's not splendid at all. You're inhuman.
Yeah. He's a bear robot.
You say I'm inhuman, but I'm just a bear. So I was never human to begin with.
I mean, yeah. Sorry, mon ami, but that was an incredibly dumb thing to say. It's one thing to try and, you know, to bring him down, but you can't use things that he can so easily refute.
I'm different from these lowly humans.
Yeah, you're controlled by a human, though, so shut up.
So we're done with the secret of the funhouse, right? Then let's start talking about the important stuff. What's the ultimate weapon that killed Nekomaru? And how'd they combine it with the pillar?
I guess it has to be the fact that it was the Funhouse.
Huh? You still don't know what the ultimate weapon is yet? It's what I found at the Octagon, you know.
What is the Octagon? I haven't heard about that yet.
Oh my... I can't believe I have to explain that now.
The condescension is so aggravating.
As long as you know what an Octagon means, you can solve this simple mystery easily.
I know that an octagon has 8 magnificent sides. Thanks for that one random Sesame Street sketch that became a meme because of Jack Black.
An octagon is a shape with 8 sides, right?
Yeah.
I didn't expect you to know that. For a substitute reserve course student, you're quite knowledgeable.
That's just basic geometry. That's just mean, man.
I guess I should continue listening. Where is the place befitting of the name Octagon?
Sigh. Yeah, okay. The place befitting of the name Octagon. It's probably the things that are a gigantic octagonal shape. Oy vey. Grape House is the octagon? But isn't Grape House 6-sided? Huh? Alright, looks like I had a little misunderstanding.
Crap!
Everyone's... Wait, what? Oh, yeah, that... Okay. Huh? I'm sorry, what? My brain. What else could it possibly be? Okay, yeah, sorry,
You're talking about the secret room surrounded by concrete in the depths of the final dead room.
Yes, that is what we're trying to say. The fact that I pointed it out and it was wrong made my brain... Okay, you know what? Excuses are excuses. I'm just being dumb today and I apologize.
Why is that place the Octagon?
You know how the 4-sided strawberry house is on top of the 6-sided grape house?
Yes. Yes, I do.
If you cut a 4-sided shape out of a 6-sided one, you get 8 edges. It becomes an 8-sided shape.
Yes.
That's basically the gist of it. The true identity of the Octagon is that secret room in the depths of the final dead room.
All right, thank you.
In actuality, that place contained various weapons.
Various is a bit of an understatement. It had, like, quite frankly, even an armory would be a bit of an understatement for this.
Then the ultimate weapon was there too?
Technically?
That's a little different. I learned the true identity of the ultimate weapon at the Octagon.
So, I mean, it's sort of... I guess my theory wasn't entirely wrong in that information could have been the ultimate weapon. It was just more of a sort of literal sense.
Learned? The true identity of the ultimate weapon.
There it is.
The Funhouse.
Okay, at the very least, I was able to figure that one out.
Which means the killer used the building structure as their weapon and killed Nekomaru.
Makes sense.
Like me, the killer probably realized the secret of the funhouse from the scenery.
Yeah, then I guess the person who did this would have had to have also done the dead room. And I also imagine they probably didn't do the Russian roulette as difficult as Nagito did, so he probably didn't get any of the bonus info.
And then thought of a way to kill, making use of the building structure.
Yeah, okay, and if that's all true, then that makes the metal wire make sense.
The funhouse itself is the weapon, so they killed using the building structure?
I mean, it makes sense in the way that it is so overly ambitiously complicated and convoluted that it has to be the answer because there's nothing else that it could be.
That's why the killer tried to keep us from learning the mystery of the building. But more importantly, using the building itself as a weapon? Such a spectacular crime.
Annoying, but annoying in the old way, which is refreshingly less annoying than the way that you've currently been. You're making me feel nostalgic for the way that you acted before, and I'm actively disgusted by that.
It truly deserves to be called the ultimate weapon.
Indeed, thank you. Now, enough with the creepy face. We can move on now. The funhouse is the true identity of the ultimate weapon? What does this mean? How did the killer use that to murder Nekomaru? Well, my guess was basically, because of the way the elevator works, well, first and foremost, he had to have been knocked out. So obviously the good night, nighttime, sleepy time, but whatever the button was called, whatever it was, he got hit, he goes into sleep mode. He gets tied up with the wire, and he gets basically kind of strung up, right? And then the elevator goes down. Then, I'm not entirely sure how, but the wire sort of comes undone or something while Nekomaru is hanging up. Then that means he falls, slams into the pillar, it gets busted, he dies, looks like it could have gotten pushed over, something to that effect. That is my guess. And who was the killer who did that? Again, I still need confirmation about that one aspect of the rooms. If I'm making this up and the soundproof thing wasn't a thing, then I don't know. If it is a thing and I'm remembering correctly, then I do know who it probably is, and I'm really upset about it. And it looks like it's time for a break. You know what? That's probably for the best. I clearly need to break. I clearly need some kind of rest. My brain is so frazzled and fried. I'm making so many dumb decisions. I need a refresh or something. Why, hello there. I thought of a new bad word to call Monami. What? I can already tell I won't be pleased by this, mostly because of it being an insult, by nature. Then let me say it right away. Hee hee, I'm already used to insults and slander. There's no way I'll get hurt by a mere word, except for all of those times when I obviously was. Monami is a serious stoofatly. That's much more straightforward than I expected. Stoofatly, huh? That's stupid, fat, and ugly all at once, I guess? Tisk, tisk, tisk. That's not it. That's not it at all. Stupid, fat, and ugly. The perfect jet stream attack incorporating all three of these words would be, ta-da, stoofatly. There's a fat hidden in there? Oh, you didn't see that part?
Okay, everyone, all together now. Monami is a serious stoofatly.
That was entirely unnecessary. God damn this stupid freaking evil bear. All right, well, I'm gonna go take a break. I'm gonna get my brain put into the right places, get all the wires uncrossed, because there is something seriously up here. And I want to be on my A game for like the actual like meat and potatoes of the trial. I don't want to make mistakes like that again. So I'm gonna take a break. In the next part, if I'm right, it's really, really going to suck. In the sense that I'll be emotionally devastated, not in the sense that the video will be bad. At least I hope that's not the case. I don't know. I'll see you then.